Good morning children, Saira. Welcome to this session. Today we are going to do the part 2, that is lesson number 7, Introduction to Microbiology. We have already started with the lesson and we learnt about dairy products, we learnt about yogurt products, butter as well as cheese production in the first part. Now let us continue with the lesson. Today we are going to start with probiotics. Already in standard 9 we have learnt about probiotics. Now let us learn in detail about probiotics and how it is useful for us. Okay, they are also milk products, but they contain active bacteria. Like example, what are the active bacteria? Some of them are Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, and Bifidobacterium bifidum. Okay, some of the active bacteria which is present in the probiotics are all these. Okay, why they are useful? Because these microbes maintain the balance of the intestinal microorganism. They maintain the balance, that is they increase the population of these microbes, helping in digestion and decrease the population of harmful microbes. That's why when we have loose motion or any dehydration, the doctors advise us to take a lot of probiotics because they increase the population of good microbes in our bodies, which helps in digestion, and they decrease the population of harmful microbes, that is clostridium. When you get infection, a stomach upset, you will have harmful microorganisms like clostridium, which is in your intestine. So this harmful microorganisms can be washed out or removed from the body with help of probiotics, and they will increase the good microbes inside your body, which is useful for digestion. Okay, now their products are available in various forms. See, now this only what we know probiotics, we think it is only of yogurt, but there are different types of products also. You can see like dark chocolate, miso soup, pickles. You can see so many, corn syrup. All these are also, there are various products are available in the market. Okay, kefir and pickle of cabbage, dark chocolate, so many other products are available along with this yogurt. We think only probiotics are only this yogurt, but there are other products also available in the market. If you don't like the taste of yogurt, we can go into these types of artificial sweeteners are also there. Okay, dark chocolate is also available, so we can use them to increase our useful microorganisms in our body. Okay, why this probiotics are important in recent days? Why they are important? We'll see. They form, that already we have seen there, they form colonies of useful microbes in alimentary canal. Okay, and control other microbes and their metabolic activities, improve resistance and all, and over the ill effects of harmful substances formed during metabolic activity. That's already we have learned. They help to remove the harmful microorganisms and the ill effects, some problem in your stomach, okay, to dehydration or some there is lot of water loss from your body, then this will happen. When you have food poisoning also, so this can happen. So when you take a lot of probiotics, that will they will form colonies of useful microbes in the alimentary canal, and they help in digestion. Okay, so these probiotics are very useful in recent days. So useful microbes becomes inactive due to antibiotics. See, when doctors give us antibiotics to stop the loose motion, when you take lot of antibiotics, there are useful microorganisms inside our intestine. You all know that, isn't it? So this becomes inactive when you take antibiotics. That's why we don't feel hungry. Okay, a taste goes off, all these, because all the good microorganisms get destroyed. Then probiotics make them active again. When you take probiotics, this which have become inactive will become active again. Nowadays probiotics are also used for treatment of diet, this we all know. Okay, and treatment of poultry also. This is useful for for human beings. It is usually mostly we give for loose motions, diarrhea. When you get this, probiotics can be taken, so it will improve it. Whichever microorganism becomes inactive due to antibiotics becomes active with the help of probiotics. Understood, children? Now let us go to the next part. We've learnt about probiotics. So you can see the bacteria, active bacteria you can see there. All these are the active bacteria. Now let us see the next part. What we're going to learn is your bread. Okay? So this is the bread. We all know a lot of types of breads are there, sweet, wheat, on different types. We'll see how bread is formed, where production of bread with the help of microorganisms. Okay? Different types of bread are produced from flour and cereals. We all know this is. And dough is formed by mixing of baker's yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, water, salt and other necessary materials with flour. So this is important. What is mixed with to produce bread? That is baker's yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, water, salt and other necessary materials with flour. So don't leave that flour also. So with flour, all these Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is the yeast, water, salt and other necessary materials with the flour. Due to fermentation of carbohydrate by yeast, what happens? Sugar is converted into carbon dioxide and ethanol. So you all know this fluffy, isn't it? It becomes spongy because there is fermentation taking place, and the carbohydrates due to the fermentation of carbohydrates by yeast, sugar is converted into carbon dioxide, that is, you all notice a gas, and ethanol is formed. This dough rises up due to carbon dioxide and bread becomes spongy. There is a question, there is a possibility of a question coming in the board exam. Why does bread become spongy? Then you can have to write, due to fermentation of carbohydrates by yeast, sugar is converted into carbon dioxide and ethanol. Dough rises up due to carbon dioxide and thus bread becomes spongy. This is a question. It is an expected question also. Okay. So you have to write this. So why does bread become spongy? From due to fermentation of carbohydrate. That much if you write it is enough. Understood? Okay, now let us go to this. Compressed yeast is used in the commercial bakery industry. Okay, so within the commercial, for a shop for making a bulk amount of bread, which is used, compressed yeast is used. It is available in dry, granular form or domestic use. So it is available in many forms. Which one? Compressed yeast. So yeast produced for compressed or commercial use contains various useful contents like, so commercial use, the yeast which is produced for commercial use and further for making bread in large amount, not at a household. When you get from when you're making bread in a large amount, they use the compressed yeast, which they have the useful contents like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, various minerals and vitamins. So this yeast produced for commercial use contains various useful contents like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, various minerals and vitamins. That's why it is bread and other products produced with the help of yeast becomes nutritive. This is also a question. When we use compressed yeast, why do we tell that bread becomes nutritive? Because it contains all those carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins. That's why we tell that the product produced with the help of this yeast becomes nutritive. Okay, that's much only for the bread. Even not only bread, even like ingredients like vinegar, soya sauce and Ajinomoto, that is monosodium glutamate, that are used presently in popular Chinese food are produced by microbial fermentation. Not only bread, even this Ajinomoto, vinegar, soya sauce which we use for Chinese food, isn't it? They are also produced by microbial fermentation only. So even this also microbes are used. Okay. So next one we'll go to vinegar. Okay. Vinegar production. Vinegar is used in each country of the world to impart sour taste to food materials and for preservation of pickles, sauce, ketchup, chutneys, etc. See, at home, all at home we have vinegar. Why do we use vinegar, children? It is usually used for preservation process. Okay. we buy sauces, we buy pickles. Why it doesn't get spoiled very soon? Because they add vinegar to it. Even at home also we can use vinegar to bring the salt. Even in Chinese food we use little bit of vinegar to bring the, it gives a sour taste to the food. Okay. And chemically, what is vinegar? Vinegar is 4% acetic acid. You know the formula of acetic acid? CH3COOH. It is 4% acetic acid is dash. If they ask the question, what you will write? 4% acetic acid is vinegar. Okay. Now, how this vinegar is produced? We'll see how it is formed. Ethanol, an alcohol, is obtained by fermentation of carbon compounds like fruit juices, maple syrup, sugar molasses, starch of the roots with the help of the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, first ethanol is obtained. From what is the first process? First step is ethanol, which is an alcohol, is obtained by the fermentation of carbon compounds like fruit juices, maple syrup, sugar molasses, starch of the roots with the help of which microorganism? With the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. This is the first step. Then mixture of bacterial stains like Acetobacter and Glucanobacter is mixed with ethanol. What is the second step? Mixture of bacterial strains like Acetobacter and Glucanobacter is mixed with ethanol for its microbial degradation. What was the first step, children? Ethanol and alcohol is produced by the fermentation of carbon compounds like fruit juices, etc., with the help of yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. This is the first step. Then second step, mixture of microbial stains like Acetobacter and Glucanobacter is mixed with ethanol. Okay, it is mixed for microbial degradation. Then what is formed? Acetic acid is formed and other byproducts are obtained from this. Acetic acid and other byproducts are up. This is the third step. So first one was ethanol. From ethanol, with the help of the yeast Saccharomyces, what happens? Fermentation of carbon compounds happen, and with the help of the yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Then mixture of what is added? Acetobacter and Glucanobacter is added with this to form with the ethanol for its microbial degradation. After that, what is formed? Acetic acid and other byproducts are formed. This is the third point. Then this acetic acid which is formed is separated from the mixture by the method called rarefaction. Okay, there is a method called compression rarefaction. You would have learnt in Science 1. So there is a process called rarefaction. So this product it is separated from the byproducts with the process called rarefaction. Then after that, then acetic acid is bleached with the help of potassium ferrocyanide. It is bleached. Then it is pasteurized. Then finally, very small quantity of SO2 gas is mixed to produce vinegar. It is a very big step. 6 points are there. Okay. In the previous slide, we saw the 3 points. Then after that, acetic acid is separated from mixture by the process called rarefaction. Then acetic acid is bleached with the help of potassium ferrocyanide. Then it is pasteurized. And finally, very small amount of SO2 gas is mixed to produce vinegar. So this is vinegar production. And now after this vinegar production, one small part is there, soya sauce. This is all Chinese food. All of you would have tasted soya sauce also. Soya sauce, how is soya sauce produced? It's produced by fermentation of mixture of flour of wheat or rice and soya bean with the help of the fungus Aspergillus oryzae. Okay, how is soya sauce produced? Produced by fermentation of a mixture of flour of wheat or rice and soya bean with the help of the fungus Aspergillus oryzae. This is you learn this example with the fungus name also. This is the figure of it. They have to just go through this. Okay. So this part we have learned. We learned today what all we learned today. We learned about probiotics. We learnt about how bread is formed, produced, and why it is nutritive and why it is spongy. We learnt about because of the CO2 which is released, carbon dioxide which is released. And we learnt also about the vinegar production and the 6 points of the production. You have to go through them. Hope you all understood this part, children. We will continue in this lesson in the next video. Hope you all understood. Take care, children. Sai Ram. Bye bye.